Around 2004, 2005, our corporate EH&S group started pushing management systems. And as we were a global operation, ISO and things like that were big in Europe. So they wanted us to implement a management system and suggested VPP. And that wasn't too well received at the time because we were still what I consider old school. It's compliance driven, that's EH&S. Actually, under Wyeth, we were under the legal department. So it was a very black and white view of what EH&S is. This is what the law says, that's what you're going to do. If the law doesn't say it, we're not going to do it. And I remember sitting in a meeting one day, the day after we had probably the worst accident I recall here, and up to that time. And what happened, an employee, a temporary, who it was his last day, he had gotten a full-time job, was leaving, decided to shortcut a cleaning procedure and cut the tip of his finger off. And I remember sitting in the conference room shortly after these same folks had said, we don't need to do this VPP thing, we're perfectly fine as we are. And everyone was white as a ghost because here we had this basically amputation. They couldn't repair the finger due to the traumatic nature of the tissue damage. So there was a moment of silence, and this is what I call the precipitating event, where everyone looked at each other and realized we're not that good. And it really kind of changed the general disposition of our leadership. And over time, what you come to find is that well, it's not just your safety culture that improves. By engaging the employees, they really took ownership for our operations. They developed pride in how we were, and what you found was that it's not just savings in accident rates that you're experiencing, they're finding ways to make the process better. You see trip hazards all over the floor. Well, there's the obvious safety concern, but that's waste. We fix what's causing that material to get on the floor, we reduce and eliminate the trip hazard, but we've prevented waste. That's a direct cost. We started out, when I first started here, again with what I call the old school mentality. Production's number one, get the product out the door. If someone gets hurt, it's their fault. And you hear that a lot in companies with that culture. It's the employee's fault. It's not true. And the saying amongst safety professionals is accidents are due to a management system failure. So you first have to kind of get management that is over their own personal pride that you got a stake in this game too. So we started off with that. And as we started to identify, and this is a key part to making that transition, invariably in any company, there's going to be a very talented person or two who's very self-motivated, who not in it for themselves, but wants to make everything better, wants to improve safety. They've been here long enough probably to have seen someone severely injured, but they're motivated. They have good skills in various areas. They're good communicators. They're very good technical people. They understand the operations. If you look, you'll find those folks. Big step is to find that person and give them the resources and the latitude to go forth and make it better. Once you start, and again, you can't base improvement on 1 month's performance, but when you get, again, and it typically takes 2 years, but you get to that 12, 14-month period, and this is what people need to prepare for. It'll moderate over time, and over time you will see your accident rates and your losses go down. You just have to be patient. But once they really saw that, there might be something to this. And again, once you transition to that point of you're not just focusing on safety, but you realize safety is an aspect of your operation, and when you improve it, invariably you're going to improve other aspects as well. When they see their losses go down, their waste costs, their operational efficiency go up, that's what really catches their eye, and they'll see it after a while. Once, a year or two into being VPP certified, the employees on the shop floor weren't satisfied with that. Oh, we're VPP, what can we improve next? And they didn't just want to stop there. And that's when you know you're hitting on all cylinders, so to speak, because they were looking at our waste generation. We have found ways to recycle, reuse, and cut probably over the last couple of years, I'd say $600,000, $700,000 from our waste costs. The one consistent thing through all of those changes was VPP. So there's a certain esprit de corps that goes with it. And it's the common focus, and it's the one thing we all share. The name has changed 3 times, but we still have VPP as our rallying point. And I think because of the pride that goes into it, and everyone realizes the effort, it's their rallying